So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the wonderful, amazing in every single way, Amberskies. And she's the queen of queens. She is the legendary daughter of Dad Skies, the one
Oh
and
no.
only.
So that's the real zinger there.
Right, exactly. The biggest accomplishment. Ta-da!
Alexia the Thief in chat. Can you hear us now? D'Angelo had us muted for a quick moment.
Yeah, we should be able to be heard, but we'll have them check it out really quick.
Also, hi Alexia the Thief.
She's called the thief because she stole my heart. That's what.
I believe that. I believe that. Mariachi's got 10. Hi Mariachi
Yeah, I
Time
think
Lord,
we're.
I love you.
I'm
Hi
pretty sure we're
guys.
good.
Hi Tater.
Yeah, so I am super excited about this interview. I was saying it in like the pre like interview that Alyssa, yo
Oh, they're
Alyssa,
lurking too. Trust me.
are they? Yeah,
Yes, it's a
and
special day in our household.
I hope Connor is wearing his finest Hawaiian T-shirt. That way he
Connor
can.
is probably, I was going to say, he's probably with George. He's not with George, but he's on the same
Yeah.
mental wavelength as George right now.
Oh, really?
They're
Yeah.
one thing on the mind, and it's football.
In that spirit realm, exactly. Yeah, Crash, good to see you. All right, all the homies are here. Perfect. Okay,
Oh my
good.
gosh, Crash is here too.
Yes. So
Well.
this interview is very important to me because I consider Amber to be one of my best friends. Like, she has been there through the thick and the thin, and it's been wild rides. Like, it's been so good over the years, so it's amazing. Stella Luna,
And he
welcome.
hasn't gotten sick of me yet. That's the important part. Here.
Please. We both have ADHD. We're both optimistic. We're both, like,
So bad.
geeky. Yeah, we both love World of Warcraft. We are kindred spirits, so it's...
Fact. Fact. D'Angelo and I, when we tell stories, have to hit 47 points before we actually get to the stories. So
Exactly,
we
yeah.
vibe on each other's storytelling because we're like, yeah, what else?
Yup, exactly. We just want good vibes. That's all we want, and we want to thrive as well, not just survive. So it's good.
That's it. That's it. I like your ball pit in the background, by the way. Is that the
Thank you.
picture at Anime Expo with you face down in the ball pit?
It is, yes.
Huh. The best picture.
Right? So I feel like I just drown in the goodness, the happiness. So it's good. And then perfect. Okay, so we will now get into the interview. So let's get this started. This show rolling. Okay, so although I know you and love you with all my heart and soul, could you please take a moment to introduce yourself and your brand?
Sure. Hi, my name is Amberskies, and lately I've been describing myself on Twitch as I do things on the internet. And that is pretty all-encompassing. I do things on the internet, but I also do lots of things in real life too. I am a creator in every sense of the word, pretty much. We've kind of just determined that I'm like a Jill of all trades. I've dabbled in one thing or another. Across my 8+ years of being on the Comic-Con scene, I am a painter, both digitally and traditionally. I sculpt stuff. I watch children. That's an art form in and of itself.
Oh yeah,
I'm
for sure.
a teacher. Yeah. Pandemic makes that look a little bit different right now, but I'm just a creator in every sense of the word. But it all started with the good old fashioned cosplaying. Yeah, and it's kind of branched out into like a whole bunch of other different avenues of creation, which I'm very thankful for. But yeah, I play dress up on the internet professionally, and a lot of those dress up endeavors have resulted in some really cool stories and really amazing experiences that have happened over the last like 8+ years that I've been doing this now. So yeah, once upon a time ago, I put on a costume and lots of people liked it. So I was like, I should make a Facebook page about this. And then that's how Amberskies came to be. It was yeah, a long time ago in a galaxy far away, and lots of things have happened since. But my brand, let's see. I am loud and excitable, and I'm just so happy to like meet people both online, because I say I'm so happy to see your faces on my Twitch stream all the time. But yeah, I really am just so passionate about people. I'm passionate about what nerd culture and pop culture and the entertainment industry can do to like bring people together. And so my entire brand, I suppose, would be like creating like a safe and happy, wonderful rainbow magic space on the internet where everyone can come and abashedly be whoever they want to be, love whatever or whomever they want to love, and just like nerd out and have a space where you can just talk about the dumbest stuff or the most serious stuff, and we all have a good time supporting one another. So I am a Twitch streamer myself. That has been my labor of love the last year, 1 month, and a couple of days now.
Yes.
My channel just had its 1 year anniversary on January 2nd. So starting streaming, as you know, D'Angelo, is
Mhm.
quite an endeavor.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Quite an endeavor. If somebody would have told me at the beginning, like, oh, be prepared for all that is to come, tech wise, and uh,
That
yeah,
first World of
I
Warcraft stream on that laptop.
yeah. There's a lot in the past where I'm like, oh dear God, and even still to this day, like we were running into tech issues like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's been a huge learning endeavor, and I would not have traded like the last 8 years and the path that my life has now taken for anything, because
Yeah.
I have had some crazy opportunities, both professionally and personally, come my way. All thanks
Yes.
to using my art skills that I already had on like a canvas and translating them to a costume and my body instead of a canvas. So that's where Amber Skies came from, pretty much in a nutshell. And yeah, I don't see the train stopping ever since or
Right?
in the future at all.
Oh, it's so good. One thing that I really enjoy about you is that you are so genuine and so authentic to everyone you meet. You know, like when anyone sort of comes across your path, it is Amber that's talking to them. You know, it's not like a
Yeah,
persona or anything like that, and that takes a lot of energy. You know, it takes like a
it
lot to be
does.
real.
And it's funny because the amount of people, it sounds funny because I feel like I'm just talking myself up here, but a
No,
lot
this
of
is your
people
space.
that
Thrive. Go
a
for
lot
it.
of people that don't know me
Yeah.
by default, and you could assume this too, D'Angelo,
Hmm.
don't think that I'm being real. They're
Exactly.
like,
Yep.
there's no way.
They're
Like
not
this
used to
this
it.
this
Yeah.
girl's crazy. Like she's got like this fake thing going on. She's fake. She's fake. I've heard fake a lot in my days. And I'm like, no, really, I am just like a human golden retriever, and I really do just want to
Yep.
hug you and make you
Mm-hmm.
feel loved all the time. Like but anyway, so yeah, that's thank you. Thank you for that, because it's just hardwired into me. And my parents, when I was 5 years old and
Yeah.
dancing around the living room, told me, Amber, save it for the stage. And it's kind of
You're
just
like,
been a
oh, you
pattern
got it.
throughout
Yeah,
my
I'll do
whole
that.
life. Really? Yeah. Like on all my report cards from my teachers growing up, it was always, Amber is a joy to have in class. However, and some variety of social butterfly, never shuts up, loves
Right.
people too much. Like, so yeah, it's really is me. And I have lots of fun being that personality type that's just unafraid to tell everybody how much they're loved, because a lot
Yeah.
of people don't hear that enough.
We need it more. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So thanks,
Yay, it's
you're
good.
so sweet. Look at you guys. Like, but yeah, that's me. Crash knows too.
Yep.
Crash is like, damn, she's an
Anyone
actress. We
from the
like her for it.
cosplay, not even just the Arizona cosplay scene, but the cosplay scene will know
Oh,
how like wonderful you are in every sense of the word.
oh,
So
stop.
you already answered a little bit of this, but could you explain your origin story? Like whether it be cosplay or
Yeah.
just content creation, what was the moment that you decided to actually jump into this? Was it someone that guided you down this path, or did you just go ahead and be like, I don't really know conventions, I don't really know anything, I'm just gonna go into this myself?
Sure. So the name Amber Skies is kind of a funny name because it was my World of Warcraft username.
Really?
Yes, Amber Skies was my login for WoW. And
Nice.
that's about as creative as the story gets. Everyone was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, Amber, like the sky is like a sunset because she lives in Arizona and she's bright like the sunshine." And I'm like, "No, it was literally just my WoW
Yeah.
username, and I couldn't think of anything else."
Nice.
And I wanted
We're here
people to
for
be
it.
able to call me Amber because
Yeah.
I would respond to that, and then people know it's my real name. So Amber and then Skies became the moniker. But like I said, all that time ago, my origin story, cosplay wise, and it was cosplay wise, was a Halloween costume gone way out of control, as most people's segue into cosplay
Yeah.
can be. You start with really loving Halloween and then like just going berserk and making this like crazy costume, and then you're like, oh, you know what? I could like wear this to Comic-Con sometime because this is like nerdy, right? And that's exactly what happened. My now wife, yay, I invited
Alyssa?
myself, yeah, whoop whoop, Alyssa the Cuckoo. I invited myself into her Halloween group in college, and this lovely little Disney movie called Wreck-It Ralph had just come out.
Yes.
And I watched the movie. I was obsessed with the movie. I'm like a Disney crazy person anyway. And so I was like, oh my God, I saw this character, Sergeant Calhoun, if anyone out there is familiar with. She's like this big, hulking, awesome, like space armor kind of character. And I looked at that and I was like, that one. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I want to make that costume. And this is before I really even knew what cosplay was.
Yeah.
So out of scrap plastic and things from the dollar store and junk laying around my
Wow.
college theater building, I literally built Sergeant Calhoun out of stuff that I found at Goodwill,
Yeah.
like children's football shoulder pads and whatnot. I bought a couple of things, but I wanted to impress Alyssa. And so I did. I showed up to Halloween in this ridiculous costume. And it was great. We took pictures, we had fun. And then Phoenix Comic Con rolled around in the
Yeah.
summertime. I had come home from college and I was like, I should wear this. It's like a pop culture thing. People might like it. And people just went crazy. And
Yep.
so they went crazy at Phoenix Comic Con. And then I was like, what if I wore this to San Diego Comic Con? And I did. And it went even more crazy. And I started having like literally news networks like shoving their cameras in my faces. And mind you, I'm new to this. I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
They were shoving cameras in my faces and going, where can we find you on the internet? And I was like,
oh God.
My dad's like, don't give them your personal name. And I
Yeah.
was like, I'm just Amber. And so like that first couple of times I missed out probably on so much professional opportunity because I
We
didn't
all
have any
do,
sort
yeah.
of moniker. I didn't have anything. I didn't have business cards. I didn't have
Yeah.
like, here's how you find me. Here you go, news channel. This is my name to put on the screen. I had none of that.
Yeah.
And so literally I had appeared, I guess, oh God, I think it was on Fox News or something. It was like Fox News in the morning or something
Yeah.
in San Diego. They were like, come by the Comic-Con. There's this girl. She looks cool. Anyway, moving on. One of those things. So I decided, I'm like, I need to make a Facebook page so people can. It started off as not like a thing to like be renowned in any sense
Yeah.
of the word. It was a place that I could
People
give
kept
people
asking,
a name
yeah.
so I could actually see these pictures again that people were
Yeah.
taking of me.
Exactly.
And then of course I made the first social media page. That was Facebook. And then eventually when Instagram rolled around, and I just completely fell in love with it. I had always
Yeah.
attended Phoenix Comic Con and the other cons as an attendee.
Yeah.
But I was like, that part of me was always jealous, looking around at other people and going, I could do that. I want to do that. Why can't I try that? So my dad and I, with the jokes about dad's guys and everything, delved
Wonderful man.
in, and I started making things, and he started coming with me and keeping an eye on me, and here we are. It's been many years and many truly crazy adventures since then, but that's the origin story.
Yeah.
Other than like my dad being very nerdy, and it's kind of like hardwired into me to
do it as well.
how I am.
Exactly. Him owning a game store and knowing like
Yes.
Warhammer and World of Warcraft and all these things out of the
Yes.
gates. Oh my gosh, lucky.
So if you guys don't know anything about my dad, which I'm assuming some of you do, I see some personal friends in the chat. So like some of you have like physically seen my dad in the flesh. Others of you might have no idea what we're talking about. So my dad, take me and clone him into like a 50-plus-year-old man, and add like 10 to 20% more energy, and then that's my dad. He is just larger than life. He was an artist growing up, and Raynock, dad skies. I see that over there, Raynock, in chat. Dad skies. What the hell is a dad skies? I think you would know better than anyone, Raynock. Raynock in chat has known me since I was 8 years old.
Oh really? I didn't know that. That's
yes,
awesome.
yes. Raynock is where I'm going to take this story, actually.
Yeah.
My dad owned an internet arcade / gaming store as I grew up, and Raynock was one of those customers that wandered into the gaming store a million years ago, became friends with my dad, became friends with the family, and has been around ever since. But my dad's store was for tabletop miniatures, D'Angelo.
Yes.
It was Warhammer 40K.
Little
it was
did I
Magic
know
the
how much of my money
Gathering.
would go there.
Back then it was like Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
And Hero Clicks and like all of these games. And so my dad built all these terrain tables. And I was running around at like 8 years old as all these guys were like playing games, and there was merch all over the walls. And this was back when LAN gaming was still a thing. For those of you.
Oh yeah, like Warcraft 3
gaming.
and StarCraft.
You had to bring your physical gaming computer to your friend's house and plug it all in if you expected to play a game with them.
Yeah.
And Discord, where we all are speaking through now, used to be a little something called Ventrilo back in the day. It was like the origins of where gaming is now.
Yep.
So you still had to come and physically sit next to your friends in like a gaming setting if you wanted to play a game together. So that's what my dad did. He had PCs all set up, and then the gaming tables, and so it was just a store where people could come and kind of like how I project it now, just be themselves and hang out and be nerdy together. So I'm not really surprised that the way that I treat my business and the way that I treat my art and everything that I do at cons kind of like reflecting how I was raised. So the gaming store and Raynock. And so my dad is just a hoot. And now he's kind of like my sidekick in cosplay and in business. And he helps do my resin pouring for my merchandise sometimes. And he'll help me when I run into a tricky situation with making a cosplay. So he is just like living his best life, knowing that his little baby has like spread her own nerdy wings and flown away into the geeky sunset. So yeah, it's a
Nice.
lot.
We're
The
here
days
for it.
of
We love
LAN.
it.
I know. Chat over there, they're like, I've not heard of LAN gaming in a long time.
Right? Oh man, shows our age.
Stiletto assassin LANs are still a thing.
Right?
Not as common, but they are still a thing.
Exactly. So this is a question I'm super excited about because you, like me, are like very bubbly and very optimistic, and we're all about good vibes. However, there are days that we just are not good mentally, and we just need to take that time to like take care of ourselves with self care and all that kind of stuff. So, what are some ways or techniques that you use to make sure that you're getting that self care?
I'll be real. This is probably my weakest area. I am so passionate about what I do and so high energy about what I do that I sometimes have a terrible tendency to run myself into the ground trying to
Mm-hmm.
do all of the different things that I want to do in my life. I have like a million zillion goals and a trillion zillion different things that'll distract me before those goals actually get achieved.
ADHD
I'm
hype?
queen. Oh, that's it. I'm queen of the unfinished projects.
Yeah.
I'm queen of the 90 different DIYs I've got going on simultaneously. I have like a garage full of like either old cosplays or half finished cosplays or whatever. ADHD hype, as you said. But it really does like get to a point of where I'm grateful I haven't ever, but like I have felt like I've wanted to burn out sometimes.
Yeah.
And as a creator, if you go so hard in the paint and like you said, you don't give yourself that time to recharge, like you run out of spoons.
Yep.
And so yeah, as a cosplayer, as a creator, and really at this point, I've reached the decision in my 8 years of creating to where I run a very fine line because D'Angelo knows he's watched me these last couple of years like really try to like push costuming and my art especially really really hard in the
Yeah.
con circuit. I want to make this like my full-time thing.
Mm-hmm.
And D'Angelo, you understand that more than anybody because we've had plenty of car talks about this.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Of like we are just so passionate about what we do and what we
Yes.
offer out there into the world. It's like I would love to not have to go to work. I
Yep.
would love to have this heart passion of mine. Like, yeah, I might work 90 times harder, but I want that to be my work.
Mm-hmm.
If I work 90 hours a week doing what I love versus 45 hours a week doing something I don't, I'll
Yep.
take double time any day. So it's hard because now I've reached that point where I'm starting to see that light and I think I can pull it off.
Yes.
I quit my job so I could content create.
Yeah.
That's huge. That's monumentally huge because I was a teacher for the last 5 years and I gave up a stable income. I gave up benefits. I gave up insurance. I gave up everything so I could do this. Little did we know that a pandemic was going to happen. So
right?
You could cry for me later about that. But
yeah.
It hasn't stopped me.
Yeah.
It's been added stresses, obviously, and tweaks in the road that nobody saw coming, like
Exactly.
all of the in-person events being canceled. But back to the question here. I want to work hard enough that I can keep that train chugging even during a pandemic.
Yes.
And when cons and these events start to trickle back in, I want to be ready for them. And I want to have more merch. And I want to have a brand new booth. And I want to have all of these things. So if I work really hard right now,
yeah,
maybe I can have all of the easy stuff come later. So I will say I am not a good example of taking it easy when you need to. My lovely wife, who's sitting downstairs watching this interview right now, can attest that I, even on my days off, my only days off are Sundays, and I'm here with you.
and I appreciate it. I know this means like
no, and that's no knock at all, but that's where my passion is. Alyssa was like, "What day is your interview with D'Angelo?" And I was like, "Sunday," and she goes, "You're one day off," and I'm like, "Yeah, I had time," and she's like, "But babe, like that's your time to not do anything," and I was like, "But D'Angelo's," because that's what I love. Yeah. I love this. I love spending time with you. I love talking about what makes me happy.
Yeah.
And yeah. So what do I do to calm down? What do I do to unwind? I watch a whole lot of Law and Order SVU.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Good stuff. I have a puppy. The puppy has really helped me a lot to be more present in the day-to-day moments rather than how I used to get lost in the sauce and I get stuck doing something and then before I know it 8 hours would go by and I'd blink and Alyssa would be home from work and I'm like, where did my day go? Oh, I was gluing these things onto this thing all day because cosplay. And then there my whole day went. So in order to stop myself and to unwind, the puppy has helped, taking the dog on walks, taking the
Yeah.
doggy to the dog park, like having to take him to the bathroom, like literally just normal maintenance stuff like that.
Yeah.
If it's not for me, at least it's for the dog. Like
Mhm.
the dog, weirdly enough, has like helped me regulate myself, because if it's time for the dog to eat breakfast, then it's probably time for me to eat some breakfast.
Yeah,
If the dog's
exactly.
taking a bathroom break, well, if I'm taking him for a bathroom break, I should probably go for a bathroom break. So it helps me when I'm in those like borderline manic episodes of crafting
Yeah.
or whatever I'm focused on at the moment. If I'm painting something or I'm doing a commission or I'm streaming, it helps me break up that day and like remember that I am in fact a human being
Mhm.
in a fleshy vessel that needs to be maintained. So when it comes time to maintaining your fleshy vessels, dear creators, find something that will just allow you to tune out even for little chunks of time. Because
Yeah.
if you're a go-getter like myself or D'Angelo, you really do find it hard to put down what you love,
Yep.
because culturally we have been conditioned to think that hard work and killing yourself for something is an admirable thing.
Mhm.
We praise people that work psycho amounts of overtime and hours and things like that towards a cause. And D'Angelo, you and I kind of live that life. It never really stops. But it is
Yeah.
important to maintain that happy,
Mhm.
because really what you and I project is true happiness. We
Yep.
wouldn't be here doing this and having these conversations if we didn't love it. In order to maintain that happy meter, though, you do really just have to breathe and sleep
Yes.
and take a shower sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like in many ways, being friends with you is like looking into a mirror, you know, because we're both optimists, we're both super
Yeah.
hardworking. It's like kind of like the main character of an anime where it's like, I'm a boy with a dream, I will, be the best and like give my all, But like
I'm Jim Deku of my own life. Like
exactly,
I'm gonna
yeah, we will
keep
be
working
Hokage
hard
one
and then
day.
someday we're gonna make it. Like
Yeah. So, but on the which is good. It has tons of pros, especially with ADHD. Like being able to either like hyper focus or multi task or a billion
oh
things
yeah.
at once, is awesome. But then the cons are that like, and I feel like we just want good vibes to the point where we become like low key or maybe high key people pleasers. So we
Oh
like
my
if
god,
we find
yes.
some sort of issue, then it like haunts us. So there's a lot. I resonate that with what you said on a lot of levels because we might have the highest of highs for being happy, but when the
We
lows
have the
come, yeah,
lowest
they are
of
the
lows
abysmal
too.
like abysmal depths. Yeah.
You and I are, how I describe myself is, I say that like I'm a delicate wilting flower,
Yeah.
because I can do 97 amazing things and I can have 100 compliments from people, but the 1 second that somebody's like, I don't know, that wasn't your best,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at that one word and be like, I'm a failure. Because we're delicate wilting
Exactly.
flowers. Like we
Yeah.
thrive on good, comments. And
Yeah.
then it's constructive criticism is hard for us. It's
Yeah.
not that we don't want it. We're not living in a fantasy world, and we obviously know that critique comes with growth.
Mm-hmm.
It still stings though. So
Exactly.
yeah, and then like we said, if we don't stop sometimes, we run the risk of just completely like, dare I say, even like swirling into like a creator's depression or like
Yes.
anything like that. Like it is entirely possible to get tired from
Mm-hmm.
this life of never stopping. So there is no answer to that. We can
Yeah.
speak for ourselves though, and just say that there's no like finite amount of time you should spend doing one thing. Just know yourself and know your body and know your limits, and
Yeah.
know that those projects are still going to be there tomorrow, and really try not to I'm preaching to the choir here, and I am the person that needs to hear these words rather than say them, but care a little less about what other people are doing and focus more
Yes.
on what you are doing. um there is a slogan from my wife's workplace actually that I really like. I'm not going to drop the workplace or anything, but her work says, be so focused on the improvement of yourself that you don't have time to think about others.
Yes. It's beautiful. Yeah.
So that's kind of nice. Like not think about others, like not
Yeah.
like be inconsiderate or anything, but like don't worry about what everyone else is doing. Focus on the improvement of yourself. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly. Good stuff. Good stuff.
that's
Okay.
that's some good stuff right there. That's
It
meat and
is. It's
cheese.
true. It's real. It's genuine. And all right. So speaking of genuine and true and real, so we know that you've accomplished so much, like so much, and I want you to preach to the people all of the things you've done because you've
Oh
done.
golly.
Yeah, do it. So, but I know that during your journey there have absolutely been some L's. Now, the first person I interviewed was a woman, a very sharp woman by the name of Eliana Murillo, and she had put it like wonderfully that L's no longer stand for less, or sorry, L's no longer stand for losses; they stand for lessons. So, what would you say is one of the biggest L's in your career as a cosplayer, Twitch streamer, whatever, that you feel taught you the most, and what was that moment that you like either just like hit a pit or whatever?
So a lesson.
Exactly. We have one of the biggest L's in your career that you like remember and be like, that wasn't my finest moment. I
Yeah.
whatever, and then what you learned from it.
I guess I've learned obviously a lot of lessons in these last couple of years, but I can't really say specifically that there's a cosplay lesson I've
Yeah.
learned. So more is just like I'll go to my business for this then. We talked about being people pleasers,
Mhm.
and you and I struggling to admit that we are in fact humans and do have limits.
Yes.
Because we want to think that we're invincible. We're little Dekus, and we're like, I can do it no matter what. Kia, like, but we do in fact. There are actually a limited number of hours in the day.
Mhm.
And D'Angelo, up until recently, I know that you and I also still had our full-time jobs
Yes.
on top of everything that we were trying to achieve with our brands and with our business. So a lesson that I learned was I desperately need to stop, which I'm still doing. I need to quit saying yes to everything. Because in an attempt to people please and an attempt to hustle and to work hard to pay those bills, to get that bread, to like do what I need to do to survive, I am selling every moment of my time to others and leaving 0% of the battery for myself or my family.
Yeah.
So a lesson I have learned on the art side of things is, I guess, to like not take so many projects on simultaneously for others that I leave zero time for my own enjoyment, because then it just became work for me. There was a point during pandemic, at the very beginning of pandemic last year, where I opened up commissions for painting, commissions for whatever, just because my job had stopped, all my cons were canceled, and I was panicking. I had no money. It was a low for me. Like an L is a low. If that was a low, it was anything. It was, I quit my job to do this path.
Yes.
And then the path was wiped away by a typhoon. And there was nothing but mud and rocks to guide my way, as opposed to the path that I had like set for myself.
Yeah.
And so I panicked. And I went, oh God, I need to take on as many things as I possibly can, because I have rent to pay. I have things I need to like do. And since the money has stopped and I don't have those cons for the next 4 weekends lined up, what am I going to do? So in a panic, I took on a ton of commissions. We're talking like 20 commissions at however many hours.
And I was one of those. Yeah.
Yes. And you know how it took me a while, right? That was an L for me, because while I felt like I was hustling and I looked at that list, my to-do list, I was so proud of my to-do list. As the months rolled on, I was riddled with anxiety, because it went from,
shackles.
Hey, Amber, do you think you can do this for me? I went, yeah, totally. Let me put you on my list. Thank you so much for your deposit, because people were like paying me deposits. And I was like, sweet, I'll get to you soon. Thank you so much for your patience. Do you have a deadline? They would go no, and I would go fantastic, and I would add them to the list. I did that about 20 times. And I'm not kidding, D'Angelo, when I say it is a year later right now, and I still have a couple of people, bless their hearts, that are still waiting from last March when pandemic started. Because who knew that A, this is how long pandemic was going to go, B,
no one
how
knew.
busy everything was going to be. I still had my job at that time, like a little bit, and then it stopped. But the L for me was ride the fine line between wanting to hustle and seriously just overwhelming yourself and overestimating how much time you have on your plate. Because I sold my time and I didn't leave any for myself or anyone else. And I found myself just shaking. My hands were shaking all the time, because anytime that I would sit down to take a rest, and D'Angelo, I'm sure you can assume that I felt guilty, because I'm like, what am I doing? Watching an episode of Law and Order SVU, or enjoying a breakfast, or having a coffee when there are people waiting for me. And as a people pleaser, there's nothing worse in the world than wondering if people are mad at you.
Amen.
Or if you did something wrong, or if they're upset with you. So take that normal kind of anxiety of, do people like me? And then compound it with, oh yeah, they gave you money and they're expecting a product and you haven't given it to them yet. So that one of the biggest L's for me that I need to take going forth, because this was the first year that I really, really pushed my art side of my creations. I really just need to cut my commissions list at like 5. I need to finish those transactions, I guess, completely first before taking on new ones, because I really am a one-man show.
Yeah.
And I have so many different side hustles that are now combining to make my ultimate hustle, that
Yeah.
if I'm spending all of the hours of the day on one of those hustles, that ignores all the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
And when all of those hustles get put to bed at the end of the night, did I spend any time with my wife today?
Yeah.
Did I call my mother in the last 3
Did you
weeks?
truly
Like,
live? Yeah.
time truly goes away, D'Angelo, and you
Mm-hmm.
know that. Like, I could cry right now thinking about how stressful all of that was, and worrying that I had allocated my time correctly.
Yeah.
And I think that's like a spiritual and like human being thing of like, all of us
Yeah.
creators are not am I using my time the way that I should be using my time?
Yeah.
So that was a really long-winded answer to your
No, you're
question,
good.
which we
It
can
was.
tell is the theme of the day, but it's the
We're,
theme of always, if we're real.
this is
But
completely your space. This is we're
oh,
in a
you're so
safe space, so
sweet.
you're good. Yeah. I think.
But you feel that, right?
Oh, absolutely. Like 100%, like 150% actually. I think one of the things that keeps me grounded, and I feel like keeps you grounded as well, is our partners, because they're both
Oh
very
yeah.
strong, very like, hardworking women that know when to say like you need to stop. Like you need
Oh my
to.
God, you have no idea how true that is.
Yeah.
D'Angelo, Alyssa and I joke all the time that, like, okay, so D'Angelo, you and I are the same person. We've already
Yes.
discussed this. We are the bundle of balloons that are floating up into the sky, and we're just going to keep on flying until
Yeah.
we touch the stars to infinity and beyond. And our significant others are the ones that are holding onto the strings, going, not too close to the sun. Jesus Christ, slow down.
Yes, exactly.
Not that they're pulling us down, but they're keeping us grounded. They're keeping us level.
Yeah.
And we desperately need those reality checks sometimes of, hey, did you eat today?
Yeah.
Or like, when's the last time you did XYZ? Or
Yeah.
like, you need to stop because you're just stressing yourself
Yeah,
out.
give
You
me
need to
your
walk
phone.
away and take a break.
Yeah.
Like, give me your phone. Quit doom scrolling on Instagram and
Mhm.
looking at other people's successes and judging your own. Like, just stop
Yeah.
and refocus and look at what you have done rather than what you haven't done yet.
Yeah.
So I could tell Alexia is that person.
Yeah,
So.
it's even in a business sense, because she goes like, I'll tell her about this really awesome opportunity, be like, wow, it's awesome, but then she'll be like, okay, how does it serve you? Like, how will this make you grow as a creator? And I'm like, it won't, but it's gonna be fun. And then she goes
Yeah.
like, all right, well now you need to second guess it. Like, do you have enough time? Can you justify it? And then it's like,
That's
oh,
it, time. It all comes
yeah,
back to time, really, because you and I are
exactly.
so willing, and we're both golden retrievers. We're like, okay,
Yes.
what do you want to do? Do you want to hang out? Let's do it. Like, but then we sell ourselves, and we have nothing left.
Yep.
So.
Exactly.
Boy,
right?
we getting real. We
Oh,
getting
for
real
sure, yeah.
on the channel today. I'm digging it.
It's good. It's like it's a
sticks
small
in my ears too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's so nice to talk to you and
Yes.
to like vocalize this and then just hear it back and go, yeah, okay, more validation for me. This is a good thing. Like, healthy
Exactly.
conversation.
Yeah, we are not crazy. We are human beings who are going through similar experiences. Yeah, it's just, it's normal. So, pivoting on the other end of the spectrum, what was one of your favorite W's or wins that you take the most pride into? I feel like I know this and I'm excited for the story, but whatever you feel makes Amber the most happy, please tell us.
What makes Amber the most happy? I've had some experiences that I will never have again as long as I live. And that's not to like downplay what the future could hold, but I like truly just think it's the end of an era. And in some cases it is literally the end of an era.
Yeah.
What makes me the most happy is bringing people joy. And I have gotten, in my years of growing as a content creator, as a professional, enthusiastic person, because
Yes.
really a lot of the gigs that I get are just because I'm so damn enthusiastic. And I've gotten to host incredible things. I've gotten to host masquerades.
Yeah.
I've gotten to comfort new cosplayers backstage that are literally shaking in their boots with tears in their eyes and going, I don't think I can go on. I'm too scared. And I literally get to pick those little children's up by the metaphorical bootstraps and be like, you can do this. You are Deku, and you're going to get out there right now. And those people are going to love you. Freaking go. Encouraging others and lifting people up. Like, that's what fuels my heart. So being given the opportunity to do things like host children's fashion shows.
Wow. I didn't know that.
I got to be the host of the kids cosplay fashion show and walk little 3-year-olds up and down the stage holding their hand. Like, come on. Is that not made for me? I got to take my teacher muscles and my cosplayer muscles and be a professional, cool person for a little while for these little guys looking up to me. So things like that fuel my heart. Getting to comfort people when they're like so anxious to go on stage or to celebrate with them when they come off stage of like, you did it, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So my enthusiasm lends itself to the Comic-Con community very, very well. So much so that I'm never really afraid to say hi to people. I love introducing myself to new folks.
Yeah.
I've gotten tossed the microphone before and been like, hey, Amber, are you busy right now? By like a con director, because I pretty much know all of them in Arizona at this point. And they're like, hey, Amber, I want you to go interview the cast of Overwatch right now. And I'm like, but I don't play Overwatch. And they're like, go figure it out. Go talk to them. And I was like, okay. So then I did an hour-long panel with the cast of Overwatch and having never played the damn game. And I love that I, over the time of being a part of this community, have garnered that sort of trust and professionalism that people in a pinch, I literally can get a call from a con director, which has happened to me, and go, hey, our cosplay judge is sick.
Yeah.
Can you make it to Tucson in 2 hours and come judge for us? And I looked at my watch and I went, I can make it in time. Let's rage. And I'll throw on a costume and get in the car and go help.
Benefits.
People pleaser, but like how big of an honor is that too?
Exactly.
To know that you are the first person that somebody thinks of when they're in a pickle. Being helpful, being a professional, enthusiastic person, helping the kids that I was not that long ago to love the same thing that I do. And then to get to translate all of that into the bigger picture.
Yeah.
So all of those things locally have fueled me, but I will say California is kind of magical because things happen in California that do not happen in Arizona. And so as my cosplay journey has led me to California on certain occasions and has opened the door for me to meet casting directors and promo agents and people that are professional, there's like hosting, I guess, for lack of a better word, of events corporations in California. D'Angelo knows where these stories are going. I have gotten some crazy opportunities due to my professional enthusiasm / I guess the love and care and quality that goes into what I make cosplay wise. I have gotten to be a cosplay guest at Stan Lee's 90th birthday party. So like Marvel's Stan Lee. And so when I said like once in a lifetime, it won't ever happen again, like, because
that was
now.
Exactly.
But like opportunities where you're like, you did what? And I have like photos of me with like the Black Eyed Peas, like hanging out at Stan Lee's house. And we went to this like Hollywood mansion on the side of a hill because, again, all because of my connections through this, promotional agent guy, and he's like an events person. He was like, Amber would be perfect for this gig. And he's like letting me know about gigs all the way in Arizona. I'm not even a local, but I like to think that because of that hustle, it's hard though, because I don't want to ever say I'm worth it, but I like to think because of the hustle and the shamelessness with which I'm like, hi, I'm Amber and I want to work with you someday. Like that has lent itself very positively to my journey sometimes. So the Stan Lee thing was crazy. I have participated professionally in costume contests, which has led me in the San Diego Comic-Con circuit to actually working with Marvel professionally. I was a guest star on like the Marvel official YouTube channel, and I had an entire video about me transforming into Nebula from Guardians of the Galaxy right when the second film was coming out, and they wanted to do some promo reels. So who'd have thought that the little kindergarten teacher from Arizona, with just a lot of energy and no shamelessness, no shame, would and then like end up on the red carpet of a world premiere for like a movie. And so that was, I guess, the third and most crazy thing that will probably never happen again. I was front and center with my dad.
Oh, it'll happen again for sure.
Well, I was in front of the paparazzi cameras, and I literally had like an infinity gauntlet on my arm, and my job was to be a professional, like, good-looking cosplayer in the background, so the pictures looked nice. Paparazzi were taking pictures of the celebrities as they were walking by, and our job was to cheer and look enthusiastic in the background. Which is what I do. I be enthusiastic in the background. So I did. I got to go to the red carpet world premiere of Avengers Endgame in cosplay and get interviewed by the paparazzi and meet every single Avenger point blank in the face and get hugs, and like they all signed my gauntlet. And so truly, I know those opportunities are truly once in a lifetime. And I try to be realistic, and I joke, and I'm like, wow, I totally peaked, you guys. No, but those opportunities are so wild. Like, so I can't expect the moon and stars, and I don't go into what I do professionally expecting the moon and stars. but goddamn, it's cool when the moon
Mm-hmm.
and stars actually happen.
Oh, absolutely, and keep
Like,
happening too.
oh man, it's just looking back on it and thinking back on it, I'm
Yeah.
like, wow, I cannot believe that this is the life that I get to live. And like, I know right now with pandemic and everything, it's not all that glamorous, but for the glamorous moments and those moments where I've just used my personality to make people smile and make people feel good, and
Yeah.
whether that's Robert Downey Jr. looking at me and going, nice outfit, or the little 14-year-old that is their very first con and they're lost and afraid.
Yeah.
Getting to bring people joy through what I make is why I do what
The
I do.
biggest
I do it
W.
for me,
Yeah.
but really I make for my own enjoyment, and then
Yeah.
the sharing of that with others is what makes people happy, and that's what I live for. So
Yeah. So there's a moment in the end of the interview that I'm gonna take like just a genuine like conversation with you and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna steal a little bit of that thunder right now, but just say
do
like,
it, steal the thunder. Steal it. I've been talking way too much. It's your turn.
no, you're good. You're good. Oh, you're gonna keep talking. Believe me. But
Oh, no.
from the moment I met you, I knew that you were different from everyone else. You know, just because you brought this energy of like, I can do this. I can do anything I put my mind, to, and all that kind of stuff. And you're just like leagues and like not to rain on anyone else's parade, but it was just a fact that when you entered the room, everything got better and everything was just more like genuine, authentic. You can tell that you put your heart and soul in every single thing you do, whether it be
You're gonna make me cry, D'Angelo. Good thing I can't see you right now on the screen, because I like see you off to the side, but if I were staring you in the eyes, I'd be sobbing. Like,
it's true though, because like you just you're sprinting while everyone else is like trying to figure out their footing and where to go, and you're just chasing your dreams with reckless abandon. And not even reckless abandon, actually. You're very smart and calculated on the ways you do certain things, so it's amazing. Like, oh man, one of the things that a lot of us, your friends is a lot of us, that were like I quit my job to go to the convention scene, and then all of a sudden COVID hit and it was like, what's Amber going to do? And you're like, y'all, I'm gonna go and start a Twitch channel and thrive. Watch me.
I was like, I guess I'm gonna start a Twitch then, because if I can't be next to people in person, I could be next to people virtually.
Exactly. And
That's
are
the next best thing.
Yes, and Twitch you are so good on Twitch. You are so entertaining. You make everyone feel loved, and you are just like it. You did a great job, like as a content creator on Twitch, and I hope you continue it even when conventions come back, because like you just grow and grow and grow and grow. Like there's a website actually called solinome.com that you can put in your username, and you can see all the analytics for your channel, and it's nothing but like a skyrocketing sort of like green numbers all across the board. So
That's crazy.
yeah, you deserve it too, because you are so like charismatic, and you know how to like work a room sort of thing, where it's like, oh, someone's being kind of weird. Well, I'm not gonna like outright address it. I'm gonna go ahead and use a certain way, and like you just are very smart and you're very creative. You're good. You're amazing. Sorry. Okay.
Honey, I have always used humor to get myself out of awkward situations.
Yeah.
So that's a good tool, especially in
yeah.
Twitch, because you can't just freeze up if somebody comes in and is. I'm sorry if your channel is an 18 plus D'Angelo, but
no,
if
you're
people
good.
come in and they're like, nice tits, lady, like that could be very awkward.
Yeah.
But instead, I'm like, thanks, I grew them myself. Also, bye, band. Like,
right? Swing the
like,
band
you have
hammer.
to find a way to like
Yes.
make it into a humorous thing for all of the remaining people that are in there, because
Yeah.
there's no crying in baseball and there's no crying on Twitch. So I made a vow to myself, I'm not allowed to cry over technology anymore, because boy, have I had some technology issues with
Oh, we
Twitch,
all have, for
but
sure. Yeah.
I'm not allowed to cry over technology any further. So
yeah, it's good. You deserve
Yeah.
everything you have and more. So like, I'll get to that again at the end of the interview. But so what? Now you've answered this question a little bit, in your initial like question, all that kind of stuff. However, what geeky passions fuel you and your creativity that you feel make you who you are today?
Okay, say it again slowly so
Of
I can
course.
process.
What geeky passions fuel you and your creativity that make you who you are today? Like in the beginning when you were younger and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Anime.
Subbed.
It's dumb, but like again, so we'll paint the picture here. So
Yeah.
back at dad's video game arcade. What else was I going to do other than participate, if we're being real? I was perfectly formed to be the person that I am today based on like the literal situation physically that I found myself in with my dad. He would pick me up from school, bring me back to the store. We would stay there until 7 o'clock at night whenever my mom came to get us. The store closed and we all went home together.
Yeah.
So every day and every minute that I wasn't at school, I was playing World of Warcraft. I was guzzling down ramen bowls and like absorbing like the anime nerd gaming culture that was like thrust upon me. I was watching like The Mummy more times than I can count on VHS until the VHS broke. Brendan Fraser. I watched like the old Godzilla movies and the new one with Matthew Broderick. Newer, obviously, this was back then. But like all of these things, because my dad would just have them on the TVs around the store and people would be playing games. And before I know it, I was just so ADD stimulated. I was watching a movie over here. I was playing card games over there. They're playing World of Warcraft over there. And then this guy's opening up a card pack and he wants me to pick the lucky one for him. So I would go into all the booster packs and be like, this is the one you want to buy, sir. And he would open it up and there'd be a rare inside. That was the lucky token. And people would buy stuff and go, Amber needs to touch it and figure out which one I need to buy. Like, so
nice.
So geeky passions, film, the movies that my dad raised me on and had on in the store all the time. Whenever my dad was doing inventory, bless his heart, D'Angelo, you're gonna find this so cute. I thought I was sneaky. I thought I was sneaky. And my dad, when he was doing inventory, of course, he would order from like, overseas, because that's where a lot of this stuff comes from. He would order from like the catalogs. So like the Games Workshop catalogs, he would go through and he would itemize out and own a store. So he had like 1, unit of this, 3 units of that, blah, blah, blah. Well, as you flip through the catalog, it would get to the back and, he would just send all these in the mail, mind you. This is how you used to order things instead of ordering everything online and having it shipped to the place. He ordered them, he would mail the catalogs out, and then his merch would arrive and he would pay the bill. I thought I was sneaky, and Dad's Guys is so sweet. If you went all the way to the back of some of those ordering catalogs, they had VHSs, anime VHSs. And so I would look and I would see what the item number was for like Sailor Moon VHS number 4, 5, and 6. And I would write them on the lines.
Oops, my hand slipped.
Unit one. And I would hide them among my dad's like ordering things. And I thought I was so sneaky. And he could have just not put in the order for those, but he would order me my anime VHS.
Little did he know it would pay off.
And I would rewind and watch and rewind and watch. And so my dad fueling my passion for this silly stuff from a young age. And it wasn't silly to him because he loves it too. My dad's watched more anime than all of us combined. But gaming, film, the dawn of anime. So obviously, if anyone knows anything about me, it all started with Sailor Moon for me. Sailor Moon and Pokemon. And it just kind of like poisoned my brain from an early age. We all went through that phase though when we were younger, where we were shamed for liking that stuff.
Absolutely.
I would go to elementary school and I would glue pictures of Inuyasha and Sailor Moon and my WoW character all over my school binders, and the kids would be like, what the hell is that? Like, you weirdo. And I got shamed out of it for the longest time. Well, joke's on them now.
Oh, for sure.
Business out of being a nerd.
Exactly.
Who's at the movie premieres? Who gets to professionally make people happy? And you're just off in an office somewhere being sad. So I'm living my best life because I never truly gave up on the things that made me happy. And I get teary-eyed talking about this, though. I want older me, me right now, to make little me proud of me. And I can't think of anything that would make little Amber back in that gaming store more proud than to see me sitting on Twitch, surrounded by lights and an RGB computer and paints and all of the things that I loved when I was little. I can't think of anything that would make little Amber more happy than what my freaking Sailor Moon is my backdrop right now. Like, my desktop screensaver.
And your first theme was Moony Monday, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. And so it's just, I don't know. Everything I do is to make little me proud of me. And the things that I loved then, I'm unashamedly loving now. And telling other people, you're never too old for this stuff. It's never uncool to love something. In fact, loving things is cool. Loving things brings people together. And it doesn't matter what it is, you will find somebody on the internet or in your life that loves it too. So no one's ever alone in their interests, guaranteed.
Exactly. And we're on the same wavelength because you're like leaning into the next question. So let's say Amber of today, of 2021, could walk into like that same gaming store and sit down to little Amber while she's playing, World of Warcraft, and she's like watching, Godzilla in the background and all that kind of stuff. And what piece of advice would you tell her to make her journey a little bit easier?
Quit trying to be like everybody else.
Oh, that's good.
Quit trying to be like everybody else and don't ever stop drawing.
Yeah.
Draw your anime characters on the back of your math worksheets, even if your teacher gets mad at you. Like, quit looking at people when you get to those middle school years and thinking, I need to wear what they're wearing. I need to like the things that they're liking. I need to have the cool backpacks. I need to have the cool this. I need to do those things, because really that wasn't who I am then. It isn't who I am now. And just quit trying to be other people. Be you,
Yes.
because someday people on the internet and people in your life are going to love you for being exactly who you are. So quit trying to blend in.
That's beautiful. Yeah, because
Like I have pink hair and I'm sitting here in a tangled shirt and I'm just professionally obnoxious and
the Blue's
I
Clues
wouldn't have it any other
sofa
way
in the
because
back.
I'm like Miss Frizzle in my
Yes.
daily life, and I don't need to be like everybody else to be happy in my skin. I've reached the point where I am starting to care a whole lot less what people think of me, and I love it. Adulthood will do that to you sometimes, where you reach a point where you're like, oh wow, I love that I don't care what other people think about me anymore. Yep. I just get to do what I want to do, because at the end of the day, they're not going to be sitting at home thinking about me.
Yeah.
I'm at home thinking about me.
Yes.
And I should do what makes me happy. So that's what I would tell little Amber,
Yeah.
And I like what Jeff said. Jeff said in chat, be the hero the younger version of you needed. And I like to think if little Amber were looking up at big Amber, if pink-haired Amber at 28 walked into Dad's store, I like to think that little Amber's eyes would sparkle and go, who is that? And think she was like the coolest person ever. So
exactly, yeah. It's wonderful.
That's
because
emotional. That's emotional to think about. But like, it is true. Like, everything I do, I realize kind of comes back to like making little Amber proud.
It's good. It's a good North Star. Like, that's one of the things I really appreciate about you, is that like, you have leaned so hard into yourself. Like, you know who you are and what you love, and you double down on it, and I think that's where a lot of your source of creativity, energy, whereas everyone else is trying to figure out who they are and like what they like, and are they okay to like be, that's passionate about something. You just don't even question it, and you just go for it. And then now all of your brain energy and like is reserved for how can I succeed in this thing that I want to do. And
and I like now, and I know you do this in your life and with the other people that are trying to get into the same field category that you are, with interview, with geek culture, with like diversity, like everything that you stand for and that the Geek Life and D'Angelo stands for. I know when creators come to you and they go, where do we start? How do you do it? Like, you want to tell them these same things. So it I don't know, it just helps. It helps a lot. So
absolutely.
And I see as well. I see Jeff going, all credit goes to Mariachi Time Lord for saying that first, apparently. Be the you that you did when you were younger. So Mariachi, I got you. Yes.
Real MVP. It's good stuff. Yeah. Aww. So then one of our last questions, where can we find you online?
Ooh, well, most recently, and again, disclaimer, like we said, there's only so many hours in the day. I wish I could say that I were better at all of my platforms. I have lots of social media platforms. I try really hard to be active on all of them, but I would say obviously right now my most stone schedule is here on Twitch. My channel name is Amberskies TV. Pretty much all of my handles fall under Amberskies of some variety. Yeah, Amberskies TV, and we are live here on Twitch 4 days a week.
Yes.
Doing various fun things. I'm a variety streamer, so we're working on body painting. We are just chatting and again creating that space that I would have at a Comic-Con booth.
Yeah.
And just now projecting it through a microphone and camera down into the internet here. So it's just a happy space to be in. We do themed Thursdays, which is actually a new little holiday that I invented, where I dress up in some sort of cosplay or crazy something on Thursdays that the audience votes on. So this coming Thursday is Marvel themed. Last week was Sailor Moon. The week before that was Star Wars. So they vote and then they decide what we dress up as, and it's a really fun place to be on Twitch. So
Yeah.
I play a lot of World of Warcraft, oftentimes with
Yeah.
D'Angelo. So if you guys like WoW, come and watch me and D'Angelo
Yes.
play. Um, but yeah, so Twitch is my most bopping platform right now. Of course, my largest platform is probably Instagram and Facebook.
Mhm.
I just post my progress pictures and things there. Um, I started a body confidence journey by doing like pinup and boudoir style photography on OnlyFans, which is
Mhm.
it can be saucy over there, but it's been fun. And again, it's all just in self love kind of thing for me.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I have YouTube and I post like speed tutorials and paintings that I do from all of my
Yeah.
arts and stuff and Etsy. So I'm everywhere, man. I'm everywhere.
Doing the
You pretty much
thing.
head to any of those platforms and click one of the link tree things, and it'll show
You'll
you all
find
the
it.
other ones.
Yeah.
But mainly Twitch, because that's where all my life and heart and energy and time is going
Yes.
into right now. Is building this online platform, because truly, who knows how long it's going to be until those cons come back. So I'm holding out with all the hope in the world that they will be sooner rather than later,
Yeah.
safely. But we also don't know what the world is going to look like, and
Yeah.
I want to make sure that I have a steady online presence. And I'm trying to use this downtime and this unexpected situation to really just make the best of it that I can
Yes.
and utilize this time wisely to build a solid base
And you
for my
definitely
business
have,
to
for
stand on
sure.
from now
Yeah.
on. Thank you.
Of course. So if
But
you
yeah, those are the places.
if you have just even a moment, go to any of these. Twitch would be the easiest because she's right here, right
Yeah.
now. You know, definitely go to her
Here,
platforms.
I'll even type it for you.
Yes, go for it. Follow her because she creates wonderful content, and you are not going to regret it at all. She just brings nothing but good vibes, and
Oh, thank you, Mighty
yeah.
Cinemer. I
Yes.
appreciate that. You beat me to the punch
Number
there.
one mod. Good job. Good
Number
job.
one mod. Look at you go. I can delete what I type. That's not as important.
So we're
Yay.
now at the end of the interview. And this is the part
Yes,
where I
I'll
get.
marry you.
No, Alyssa, she already is the MVP. The
Are we just gonna wife swap? Am I gonna marry Alexia and you're gonna
Alex-
marry Alyssa, and we'll just be like happy sister wives together?
I feel like Alyssa and Alexia have figured us out to the bone and invested so much time and energy into us that at this point they're stuck with us because they're like, you know what? We know how this goes. Like it's a
Yeah.
symbiotic relationship.
Crash one's in on this too. So
Okay,
I
rude.
don't know how big our harem is gonna grow. But
Right?
I'm
Exactly.
for it.
There you go. All good vibes. So we're at the end of the interview, and at the end of every interview, I take a moment to just be real, to be genuine, to be connect with you one-on-one about everything. Because although we are friends and our journeys have like intersected at multiple points in our lives, we're going to like our roads are gonna split apart for like a bit until we come together again and hang out and all kind
I
of
was
stuff.
like, are
But
you leaving me? Don't go.
goodbye, ban everywhere. No, just
My
kidding.
little heart. He was like, and goodbye. I'll never see you again.
Yeah, right. My job here is done. Fade away. No, but while I have you here, while we're on video chat, while our voices, are here together and everything like that, I want to take a moment, and in these like next 5 moments, you cannot deny anything. You cannot be humble. You cannot be like, you cannot do any of that kind of stuff. So you just have to sit there with your
challenge accepted.
Yep, with your chin up and everything, and make sure, all that good stuff. Amber, I have known you for years, and like I said before,
I need a tissue.
like I said before, the moment I met you, I knew that you were amazing in every single way. When you entered a room, it just lit up, and you are a beacon of hope for so many people. When your name spills out of someone's mouth, it is followed by nothing but good vibes, and that is because you are so worthy and you are so valid. And the reason you got these opportunities was not luck. It was not like just some sort of like mistake somewhere. You deserved it. You earned it. You worked hard, so hard, and I've seen you, and I've seen the time and energy and the pain and the struggle and a lot of these things, and you did it, and you accomplished it, and you're going to do so much more. You are so smart and so creative and so kind-hearted and so genuine that I want to thank you for being on this earth, for being in our lives, for being in this community, and for having the courage to stand up and say, you know what, I'm going to be a creative. I think I can do this, and I'm going to do it. Because had you not done that, you would not have brightened so many lives, and we want to thank you so much for everything you do. And yeah, we love you, Amber.
promised I wasn't gonna cry on Twitch anymore.
These are happy tears. These are good, you know? It's all true.
Oh man. And I'm not allowed to say anything.
You're not allowed to say anything negative about yourself because that would be a lie, and you're not allowed to lie.
Trust me, I understand that. I'm constantly scolding people in my channel when they talk bad about themselves and make them say two good things instead. So I understand that. And it is a silly humor tactic that I'm trying to get out of, that self-deprecating humor. I'm trying to cut ties with that because I used to do that a lot. But
Same,
wow.
yeah.
Does that mean that I get to do you next?
If you would like to, this is your space. Go for it.
Oh God. Boy, I might cry talking about you more than you talking about me. So D'Angelo, ready?
Yes.
Okay. You're already choking.
And I was like, oh God.
D'Angelo, I have seen you over these last millennia of years here. Feels like millennia of years here. Go from truly your lowest of lows. And you know what moments I'm referring to when I say your lowest of lows.
Oh, yeah.
And I have watched you look at the examples around you in your sister and in your mother and in the people that you admire in your field. And you have not let those lowest of lows break you. It might have felt like you were broken, but it was only a crack in the pavement. And you have not only mended those cracks, but you have grown your empire tenfold. You have gone through some really extremely tough decision making with your brand and your business. You have journeyed out on your own to be like the strong creator and the strong like Latino presence and male presence and like all of this stuff that you've been striving to be. And you are there. You are on the radar of so many people. You've gone from like feeling like you like truly can't go on to having 3,000 people watch you as you DM on the front page of Twitch. And for anyone that doesn't know that, D'Angelo here just had like a psycho crazy cool opportunity where he got in the mix and he was with Latinx Gaming, right?
Yes, yeah.
That's how I say it, Latinx?
Yeah, Latinx Gaming, yeah.
Latinx Gaming. Had the opportunity to have 3,000 people watching him DM. Like, that's big league stuff. And you've gone from wondering in the car as you and me and George are driving to California if this is what you're meant to do and if you can do it, to proving to not only all of the haters out there and all of the believers, but more importantly to yourself and the people that love you that you can and you are doing this. And I am so proud of you as a friend and as a fellow creator to like sit here and watch you fly. It's crazy to me. And I hope that someday I can achieve the greatness that I know you have in store. You have so many doors that are just going to swing so wide open for you. And like, we're just going to make a pact that neither of us are going to ever stop. And we're going to be little old people at con with our walkers and being like, oh, hello, friend. And, you know, we're not going to ever stop doing this. I don't think we ever will. But you have literally nowhere to go than up. And anytime it gets hard, just you fucking got this, bro. You got this. And I think that you're
a taste of my own medicine.
You don't give yourself enough credit. Like, you're like me and you're so busy talking about how great everyone else is that at the end of the night you still find those little demons that want to say that you're not doing a good job inside your own head, but you are crazy and you're doing amazing. And now you have your perfect other half.
That's very true.
She's going to make sure that no matter what, that you achieve those goals. You have a little guy looking up to you, and that's going to make me cry. If anything, that little guy's looking up to you like little Amber would be looking up at Big Amber walking into the game store. Like, you are taking that little man and you are showing him that no matter what he ends up wanting to do with his life or his interests, that you're going to have his back. Your missus, you know, is going to have your back, and you are just setting like the perfect groundwork for like a beautiful like family and future for you and the people that you care about. So
same with you
and
Alyssa.
Don't ever stop, kid. Don't ever stop. And I'm going to be here as your number one fan. Actually, your number 3 fan because the first 2 slots are taken, but that's it.
Good vibes, good energy here.
Did you cry?
Not gonna lie, I got choked up. I was like wavering. I was like, oh shit.
I'm looking over at Crash and she's like chugs hard cider. I'm bawling.
Yep. Oh man, I love these moments, you know, because it's rare between 2 content creators. Can there be this like level of authenticity or genuine, you know, connection? But we've had so many years together that it's good to come come back and meet up with our different stories and then just like, hang out. I really do. I cannot wait for Cons to be back and to take another road trip to California and just like share in all of our stories and to catch up and get in and out. And
guys, D'Angelo loves D&D so much. I'm gonna throw him under the bus. He can't have a car ride with me where he's like not playing D&D. So he's like, we have 6 hours. Guess what you guys get to do in the car with
Guess
me
what
while
I brought?
George is driving?
Yep.
And I'm like, what? And he's like, I'm gonna DM and you guys are gonna talk to me for 6 whole hours for mandatory fun time.
Exactly. And it makes car rides better, It's good. It's good.
And we'll play D&D in the car verbally while D'Angelo DMs for us as we're driving to California. So just know that this guy is for real. And if you are a follower, new or old, this is somebody that you want to stick around with for a long time because he's nothing but the best of people. And I think that creatives, D'Angelo, like you and I, need friendships like this, where there is no like animosity, there's no like competition here. It's just your successes are my successes.
Yeah.
And I look at you and I'm like, look at my friend, look at my fucking friend, look at them go. Like everybody needs a creative that understands this life that also like roots for them in that way. There's no competition here. It's just like, you've got this in your way and I've got this in my way. And like we're gonna pinky skip into the sunset of success together. So
so good. It's so amazing. Okay, so I know that this is your day off, so I will not keep you any longer. I don't want to
You're fine.
You deserve your chill.
I had a really amazing lunch earlier. I had angry crab. I've never had angry crab.
Oh,
before.
It's amazing. It's so good.
So yeah, it was my first time like cracking giant crab legs and like having a really delicious lunch. So I'm golden. I'm good. So I wouldn't have found a better way to spend a Sunday, really.
Oh, thank you. Especially on the Super Bowl night, so I appreciate that.
Trust me, I would just be avoiding that anyway.
Yeah, same actually. The superb owl. Yep.
The superb owl. I'm surprised that there's like 13 or 15, 16 amazing people, your view count is changing, that care as little about football as we do.
Right? Exactly. So it's good. All right, everyone. So thank you again for being here. I really appreciate you with all my heart and soul. Make sure to follow Amber on everything. She deserves it. You're going to enjoy the content that she puts out there. And I hope you guys have a wonderful night. And
D'Angelo, can we end the stream with something?
What?
How about a group hug, everybody?
Oh, sure. Oh, thank you.
Computer back pats. I always do that. It's really dumb. I'm like, who needs a hug? Internet hive mind, come here.
It's all about good vibes here. It's all about good vibes.
That's the good vibes. And since I can't hug you at con, I'm gonna hug you through the cam link.
Right?
So there you go.
It's good.
Group hug, everyone.
When is the next time you're
Mariachi hugs in virtual reality? That's it.
And you're streaming tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Tomorrow, Monday, we will do something. I don't know yet. I do Mail Monday and then usually like some sort of community game with everybody. But
definitely take some time to check her out. She's amazing. And we will see you guys later. Thank you again for everything. And I hope you all have a wonderful night.
I love you guys.